For America's friends in Asia, the uncertainty brought by the impending return of Donald Trump to the White House is coming at a bad time. China has been modernizing its military and nuclear arsenal while becoming increasingly aggressive in asserting territorial claims in the South China Sea and over Taiwan. North Korea has ramped up its belligerent rhetoric and calls to develop its illegal nuclear program. Both countries have expanded their alignment with Russia as it wages war on Ukraine, linking Asia to the shattered peace in Europe. For decades, the U.S. has backed the security of its allies in the region, which has more overseas active-duty American troops than anywhere else in the world. Tens of thousands of soldiers are stationed on sprawling bases in treaty allies South Korea and Japan, countries that, like the Philippines and Australia, the U.S. is bound to aid if they come under attack. Those countries are now preparing for the return of an American leader who has railed against what he sees as free-riding U.S. allies who don't pay enough for defense, sidled up to autocrats, and called for an America First approach to global obligations. Many questions about Trump are on the minds of U.S.-aligned leaders in Asia. Observers across the region say, will Trump ask for more defense spending than allies can afford? Could he take an extreme step to withdraw U.S. forces if any such demands aren't met? Will the businessman-turned-leader cut deals with Chinese leader Xi Jinping, North Korea's Kim Jong-un or Russia's Vladimir Putin that undermine the interests of U.S. allies? Alternatively, could he perhaps strengthen U.S. alliances and be a tougher opponent for America's enemies? In the shadow of this uncertainty, leaders across the region have been scrambling to forge strong ties with the notoriously mercurial incoming U.S. Commander-in-Chief, who's known to link foreign policy to personal rapport. Many are warily eyeing President-elect Trump's threat to ring-fence the world's largest economy with 10% tariffs on all imports and upwards of 60% tariffs on goods from China. Moves that could have significant economic knock-on effects across Asia. But as Trump's January inauguration draws closer, governments across Asia are also facing potentially more existential questions about how Trump will manage U.S. security relationships with friends and rivals, and stand by its allies if tested. Indispensable power. After World War II, a network of U.S. alliances was established across the world to serve as a powerful deterrent against another global war. A major aim was to prevent more countries from becoming nuclear powers by placing them under the umbrella of the U.S. arsenal. In the eyes of many in Washington and across Asia, those alliances in Asia-Pacific have only become more critical as relationships in the region become more contentious. China has expanded its security ties with NATO adversary Russia and been accused of enabling Moscow's war by buying up Russian exports and providing the dual-use goods needed for its defense base. Beijing has also ramped up its intimidation of Taiwan, the self-ruling democracy it claims, and has vowed to take control of, by force if necessary. In the South China Sea, the China Coast Guard has in recent months attacked Philippine ships with water cannons and even axes, despite a major international ruling years ago denying its claim to the bulk of the strategically critical waterway.